I'm sending you a quick message just so I can remember.
Okay, I got it. Got it.
Perfect.
All right, we're good to go, guys.
Well, what happened?
You good to start, Ja? He be having the most going on in his head, so
Hello?
Okay.
about
Hmm?
time.
Everybody can hear me?
Yep.
Sorry, I was looking at everything. I was getting everything situated and everything. So, can you introduce yourself and tell us why you're interested in joining the DOJ?
My name is Ike Monroe. I've been doing DOJ in every city I've been in 5M and since 5M. So I started in a larger city. I don't know about saying names of other cities. So I'll just say a larger city.
Mm-hmm.
I started in and became a lawyer in there. When I was linked up with a friend. It's my first time in roly poly mode ever, and so linked up, made a friend. She happened to be a lawyer. Became lawyers together. It was my best friend in the
Oops, my
city.
bad.
So I ended up defending as one of my first cases the owner of the city, who was like popular or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of launched my. Oh wait, she said name drop. I mean, I don't know if I can do that.
You can.
So,
You can.
all right, so I was in Grizzly World, and I had a case come up, and I actually ended up representing T, and I also ended up representing one of his gang members, and I ended up getting him off the nines. So it was interesting, and I kind of just focused everything that I was doing in roly poly on law from there on out. So I went from there to the smaller cities, and everywhere I went, I was the defense attorney, Ike Monroe. Um, it wasn't until I got into the city of Atlanta, where we just left, that I became a district attorney. So do I have also have some experience on that side. But just my love of the law is the reason. To answer your question in a long way, my love of the law is the reason I'm applying here.
Okay, okay. Um, so you're very experienced. Could I ask which side would you rather be on, defense or prosecution?
I'm defense through and through. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, there's no worry. Okay, I got a couple of questions and then a couple of scenarios.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think makes a good DOJ representative? Hello?
What makes a good DOJ representative?
Correct.
Um, Again, for the roly poly purposes of it, someone who can one stay in that role for all intents and purposes, but more than that, somebody who actually um takes care with their cases, because that creates better roly poly. So uh if you're just there just because you want a body, you can tell the difference between somebody who's there because they actually want to do that. The same way, if you have PD just so you have PD presence, and just it's just people doing it just to say you have PD. it's not going to be the same as if somebody wants to come in and actually, roly-poly as an officer. It's like they're going to put a little more into it. So I would say the care behind it is like number one for kind of what we do.
Yeah, I like that answer. What's your approach to a plea deal in negotiations?
Me personally, for cases that I take, I try any and every reason not to take a plea deal. I'm going to trial because I'm that confident in my skills. But given certain circumstances, I would switch up and say that if a plea deal is the best option, I end up saying like if I can't find a reason to drop the case or anything like that, then I'm still going to try to find the best deal for my client. That's when I'll call it a win. I'll never just take what's being offered just off the rip. If that's what I'm not sure what the full question is, but that's how I approach it.
That was what I was trying to get to. If you just take the first plea deal or anything. Can you walk us through your process for preparing a case from intake to trial?
Say what?
Can you walk us through your process for preparing for a case from intake to trial? Can you hear me?
I'm in my head 1 second. I got it back.
You're fine.
Can you repeat your question one more time?
Does anybody have any food?
Say it again.
Anybody
need
got
food?
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
just pass. If you don't need that, you want to pass that to her? Just pass you 5 slices.
Yeah.
Mm. That'd be cool. Oh, he got a whole box of his own. Never mind. Excuse me. Excuse my little 5 stale slices.
No, I'm keeping yours. That's why I'm giving her this box.
Thank you. I can share with my brother. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
My bad. Can you repeat that question one more time?
I got you. Can you walk us through your process for preparing for a case from intake to trial?
It depends on the case. If it's a criminal case, if it's a civil like lawsuit, depends on what the case is, how I prepare. Like I said, if it's defense, I want to see all the evidence and I need all the details, how they were arrested, what they read my rights, like anything that was said to them outside of my presence. I'm going through all that. I need all those answers. So if I have to subpoena some stuff, if I have to, whatever I got to do to get the information I need for my case, to build my case.
Okay, that's no problem. Go ahead.
You fine. You could take the seat there.
Okay. What would you do if you catch a fellow DOJ member abusing their powers?
In what way? What way are they abusing their powers?
Bribing police, criminals, all that.
Lines get crossed and laws get broken, then I'll ears will get raised, and I probably will bring it up to a higher up, just to I think some stuff over here going on. But again, per mind of my business, I probably wouldn't have all that information. If I just blatantly see it, then yeah, it's getting reported. I'm not with the cheating and getting no leg up and all that stuff.
Okay. This is just a random question.
I got 5.
I think.
You can say me, brother. Me.
Yeah, could have.
I mean, y'all too.
And they said me.
I was say y'all too be my last.
Take the 5. Right?
Okay. The scenarios. Ready?
Yeah.
During a hearing, opposing counsel begins making inflammatory and professional remarks. How do you respond in the moment, and how would you follow up afterwards?
Inflammatory how? Like, are they shooting remarks at me, or are they just making remarks in general?
Also, all towards you and some of your clients.
Anything short of slander is technically their freedom of speech. So as long as they're not slandering me or my client, anything objectable, I'll just object to it and try to get it thrown out, dismissed from the case. I kind of stay calm and collected in most situations. I don't really raise my voice or anything. If somebody want to be on the other side doing all that, I let them do it, and then I'll make my motions to, strike what they said if I need to do that, or just kind of ignore it and move on. It's like,
I love that.
It's typically up to the judge to, hold somebody in contempt, and I can compel the judge to do that if they act like they're not going to do nothing. But other than that, it's not much. It's kind of out of my hands. It's not my courtroom at that point.
Correct.
Did I just enter
Yeah, did I miss something?
Is it the Twilight Zone?
I was waiting on
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, maybe I
The
missed
hell?
something.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry. I was hungry and I started stuff in my face. I was
Fucking it up over there.
right.
My bad. So a client has been charged with assault after a confrontation at the bar. The defense argues that the client acted in self-defense, but the prosecution claims the use of force was excessive. How would you go about this? In your defense.
If I'm the defense,
Yes.
I'm defense. I'm claiming self-defense. My first question is there any evidence to the crime, like videotape footage or like anything like that? So that's what I would point to first. If there is no evidence physically like that, then I'm looking for witnesses to the matter at hand. Who saw what happened? Can you testify to that type? And so I'm just trying to build a case to show that my client was actually defending himself and that they're just trying to throw him in jail. Also, this is going with like
Hey, what's
in
going on?
certain
This is
situations it would
Amelia
switch
Monroe.
up
How can I help you?
because they could have actually done whatever they're being accused of, and my job still is as a defense lawyer is to get them the least amount of time or no time at all. So I'm still going to play the self-defense card, even knowing that they did it, if that's the case, and knowing that they did whatever their intentions are. That's
All we need is
attorney-client privileges.
reasonable doubt.
So yeah, exactly. So all I gotta do is, and if it's a jury, all I gotta do is convince one of them that person's innocent, because all of them gotta say that he's guilty.
Right. Let me see. I gotta think very hard. Okay. It's gonna be defamation. So somebody is saying that your client wrote a hateful song directly to them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts who it is about, but it never says the person name or any of that. How would you go about that?
Defending the person on trial. So
Yes.
being sued for defamation for a song that I wrote, I never said their name. But they know without a shadow of a doubt that it's about them.
Mm-hmm.
So when they brought this lawsuit to me, the burden of proof is automatically on them, because what proof do you have if I didn't say your name in the song? So burden of proof is already on you. So me personally, I'm going to sit back and tell my client not don't say anything, don't perform this song just for a minute, just because of the situation is sensitive. Let's see what evidence they bring to the table at the evidentiary hearing, to say that this song is about you, and then we'll talk about our defense. So that's where we're starting at. I need to see what evidence they're presenting, because they have to show me what evidence they're bringing to court before we get there. So when I see that, that's when I'll start to build my case. If they have no solid proof saying that my client did anything towards them directly, then we go to trial. And let a judge decide that this is nonsense. But if I see that there's a something that they can really have an argument on, then I'll talk to my client and just kind of sensibly. If the best option is that we settle, is like, hey, let's go ahead and give them a 10% of the proceedings, because this and this and this is true about the song. So you gotta eat that. So I'll always put my client. I'm always going to be honest with my client, is that their actions do have consequences, and my job is only to lessen those consequences. So
Correct.
the only difference in other cases, if you absolutely said you killed somebody and you absolutely weren't there, that's when I'll I'll move a little different about it. But if you absolutely did it, then there might be a chance that you gotta come up off something so that you don't get all of this. So it's gonna be the same thing in all situations. The same thing in that situation.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, I think you're good.
No. He's dead. He's dying.
Well, He's standing up in front of me.
No, nope. Come on, brother. Stand downstairs. Shit. Where we go? Oh, actors. It's always somebody. It's always somebody.
Yeah.
JB, the chief died. Yeah. The chief is dead. It always takes a long time for my eyes to adjust. Yeah,
Wait, where'd he go?
Brother was killing his interview, no pun intended. It must be
Well,
a lot
dang.
of. My head is busting over here. It must be a lot of people around here.
I can't see nothing.
Can't see nothing either. You standing on the chief's chest. Thank you.
Oops.
Poor chief.
You got them all in the stairs?
In the stairs? I can't see.
1 sec, I'm daydreaming.
We hold them till they get here. Poor chief. Oh, my food is coming. I'm hungry. Let me tell y'all something. I died when I flew in. Right in the damn garage. Dead. On the floor. Mouth open. Slobber. Coming out my mouth. It's terrible.
There go
Absolutely
EMS right there.
terrible. Are they here?
Yeah, you got to put him down.
Alright, bro, you finna be alright.
Now you standing on the chief's chest.
Oh,
Appreciate you.
okay.
Yep.
Brother's life. You alright, chief?
Yes. Can I come back to this? I gotta go do something real quick.
Okay. You want us to wait for you upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I look crazy.
My eyes are tripping out here. Oh, thank you. Where the hell did they go? Why is this juice box stuck on my head? Okay, we're gonna go up this way, brother. This is in that office? Oh, yeah.
This guy was killing it, like tanking it.
No, killing it, murdering it like you the man type shit. at my brother. How the hell you gonna tank? That don't even. That's not in our vocabulary, brother.
Oh,
Oop.
man. Do sit chair like 3. Hold on.
She didn't like that. There you go. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I felt strong about the answers. I mean, but I've worked law, so these are just like, you know, what's 1 + 1?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a curveball.
Yes. Definitely a formality for the storyline. But you're doing good, brother.
Yep.
But I think talk to him about the case that you and JB are working on. I think that would be very
Yeah.
impressive. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
How would you have answered differently as a defense lawyer?
I definitely the only thing I would have added in was how I would have prepared my case briefing, but everything else is the exact same thing. Just a process of the case briefing to the DA.
Yeah.
But that's
Everything
it.
he asked was kind of general. It's like,
Yeah.
because like it really, in a sense, all of those answers would change given one change in detail
Hmm.
of the case.
But the main thing was you talked about the evidence, the evidentiary. I don't know if they have evidentiary hearings like I used to do, which I think
Well,
might be,
either way,
but either
they would have
way,
to
right,
still present the evidence
present that
before.
evidence. So letting him know that we definitely require that in our processes, just as attorneys. It's very important. 'Cause I know some cities don't. I don't know, they get lackadaisical with it. So we're still learning how they do stuff. So I don't want to just have you here, leave you here, and what I'm saying, and then we're
No,
not
facts.
100% clear on the process because I won't be in here as much as you guys. I'll just be flying in once or twice or whatever.
I mean, in the instance that they don't have an evidentiary hearing, we've already